Hello and welcome to a new episode of A Teacher's Journey with your host Robert Corio Jr. Hope everyone is having a great day today. I'm recording this on Thursday. You're listening to this be Friday or the weekend, whenever you're listening to this. Hopefully, you're all having a great day. And I just wanted again, we got almost towards the end of July. August is right around the corner. And for some of you, school may be starting in a few weeks, or in a month from now, or over a month from now. So I'm just gonna be talking about stuff that's going on this week, stuff that I think about, stuff that's happening with everything that's going on with the schools, when they're gonna reopen, what's gonna look like, and just tell you some things that are going on in my teaching life. So first thing is today, I, again, the plan where I live is where I live in New Jersey. We don't know yet. I mean, we don't know the exact plan of like what school is going to look like in September. We know that there are options that schools are sending over, and the governor has to make the final call of what's going to happen. So it right now we don't know, like, is it gonna be 100% virtual learning, or is it gonna be hybrid learning where some students come into school and then the rest go and do remote learning, or is it gonna be 100% in person? I don't know right now. I really don't. Like I said, I've been saying this a few times on episodes. I just don't know what's going to happen, but I am open to both. I am open to whether it's 100% virtual learning. I am open to hybrid learning, and I'm open to in-person learning. I know there's some people that they're not sure what's going to happen. They're worried about coming in because of everything that's going on, and I understand that they might have some health issues, or they're just worried about they have kids. They're worried. I mean, and I understand that. But for me, I have to be flexible. I have to look at this where I'm just going to be working, and like today, I'm going into the tutoring center which I tutor at. I'm going to be there this afternoon, and it's going to be, and I'm going in again on Saturday. So it's a lot of times for me. I'm just making sure that I'm being flexible enough, and I'm being cautious also, and making sure that I'm staying safe. I mean, the tutoring center which I work with, where I go into, I wear a mask. They take my temperature when I arrive, and there's areas where I have this hand sanitizer where I can use that I can use. Then there's also Lysol spray, which I clean the books and clean the pages off once the students and myself have finished using them. And I go and get all the books for the students. So it's pretty like a seamless thing where students they're doing their work, and I find it to be okay, good for the situation that we're in. So I personally don't have a problem with it, but it's just we just have to see what's going to happen. I mean, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen going forward, especially when you're having multiple kids in a room. I mean, because I'm only working with maybe like when I'm at two, so 1 to 2 kids, so it's a little more. It's easier for me to go and grab the book, making sure students are clean, and then record everything and clean everything up. It's not, but once school starts, and then it's hybrid learning or if it's in-person learning, what is that going to look like for cleaning everything up and making sure that everything is clean? It's just we have to wait and see. So I don't know right now. And then sitting here on July 30th, I don't know. But I think while I was talking to, I mean, I kind of like when I'm talking to my girlfriend, she's also a teacher, and she was saying, so we were also thinking like silver lining is there's still a little over a month to before school starts. Even though right now there has to be a plan in place soon, but we still have over a month before school starts. So I mean, like in some areas, school may be starting in a couple weeks. Like first day of school might be in August, like mid-August, end of August, like towards the end. Like some like not every school in the country starts at the same time. So it's really just if that's a silver lining in all of this, is that we still have time, and there's no, like, we have to get there's plans getting together right now, but we're also making sure that there is stuff that there are going to be good processes in place, and I have faith in that. I really do. I feel like if we go back, there will be really good processes in place where everyone's going to feel safe and there's going to be learning going to be and learning is going to be done as well. I just don't I just feel I just have faith in that. I really feel confident in that if we go back for in-person learning or hybrid learning that there's going to be processes in place where students are going to be safe, staff members are going to be safe, faculty members, everyone's going to be safe. There's not going to be like when I'm in the tutoring center, there's new processes in place, and I feel safe. I really have no issues of going into the center and working. And for me, I have to do it. I can't. I wish I could be able to, have. I don't have millions of dollars in my bank account where I can just sit on that and just say, I don't need to go in. I'm at an age where I could just say, I'm going to retire. I mean, I'm 35 years old. I turned 35 last month, and I still got a lot of work in me. I can't. I mean, unless there's a I find there's oil or I find something where I'm able to make a lot of money on and not have to work. I have to work, and and then because again I have bills to pay. I got stuff that I have to support myself. Even though I'm living with my parents, but I'm still supporting myself. I'm not expecting my parents to pay for everything. I mean, that'd be wrong. If I was 35 years old and I was thinking, oh yeah, my parents will pay for it all. No, wrong. I would feel like I would feel like I would honestly feel like a loser if I did that. I wouldn't feel confident or proud of myself. I wouldn't feel proud. There'd be no pride if I was doing that. So for me, I need to work. That's why I work during the summer. I work as a tutor. I wish I could. I mean, I have to work. I have to make money. I have to make sure I have bills paid. I have money saved up. Make sure that I'm paying everything off. I'm putting money into savings and investments, and being able to pay for food, gas, other things. So for me, that's why I'm being flexible now. I'm okay with going into the building to teach, but I'm also okay doing the virtual learning. I mean, the more opportunities I can get, the better because I'm responsible for myself. I'm like my what was it? I used to do like career stuff back when like I first was out in the workforce. I was getting career advice, interviewing career tips, and I remember there was an article or someone said this. I think her name is JT O'Donnell, and she's a career coach. She has a bunch of I don't know what she's doing now, if she's still a career coach, but she used to say this is and I feel like this is true for everyone today. It's you're a business of one. Like I'm my own. I don't. I mean I don't. I'm not. Like I'm not a business. I don't have like a business like where like Robert Corio Inc. Literally, but figuratively, I am a business of one. I'm looking for out for myself. I'm looking at what I can do to help people and be able to provide the best value as possible, and making sure that I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that I possibly can during this time. Because I was listening to another podcast and someone he's like a football guy and he says this and it's like and he says this like during this coronavirus this isn't a vacation, this is just a pause. And that's how I look at it. I don't look at this coronavirus as like, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm gonna watch TV all day and do nothing for the next 3 or 4 months. I mean, I during this time I've been teaching, whether doing the lead replacement for in virtual learning, doing the tutoring virtual, and also now in center, and and then doing other things to be able to support myself during this time. And I think that's the biggest thing that everyone that we take away from this is, yeah, this is the pause. This is just a pause. This isn't a vacation where everyone can just sit on the beach because again I mean most of us have to pay bills. But we got like the bills don't stop just because of this. Bills keep coming in. Gotta still buy groceries. Still gotta make sure your car is well and make sure you have gas in it. Making sure that you have everything that you need in order to survive as whether supporting yourself supporting your family, supporting and making sure that you're doing that I'm doing everything I can for myself to support myself. Even though I don't have a family, I'm still my responsibility is to make sure I'm supporting myself, that all my bills are getting paid, and making sure that everything is right, and making sure that I have everything that I need and I have the money that I need in order to do that. So I think I take pride during this time in knowing that I'm organizing my money and making sure that budget wise I'm following the budget. I'm labeling everything and knowing where my money's going also, because that's a big thing right now. I mean, that's one of the things that I make sure that I'm doing right now is budgeting everything, like where's my money going, like how am I spending it, what am I bringing in, and just figuring things out in that sense where I'm not as worried about my money situation because I know where everything's going. I know how much I'm spending. I know how much I'm bringing in, and I'm doing it monthly, like I did for the past 3 months, and now I'm doing it for August. So for the upcoming month in August. So making sure that I'm just being responsible not only to other people, but but towards myself, because I think that's the biggest thing right now is we're trying to because whenever this ends, things are going to change forever. I think that the way we do things is going to be much different, and I think this time is just a way to it just accelerates it right now. I think things that you thought were going to happen 5 years from now are happening now. I mean, with food orders, everyone being able to go call in and able to order online and have it brought to your house, whether it's food stores, groceries, restaurants, dining places where you can order online and have it delivered to you, or you can pick it up. Because I think that's just because we're evolving now right now. This is the pause, and this is something where it's going to accelerate things. And even with learning, like learning is going to be accelerated. Virtual learning. I mean, we didn't even think about, oh yeah, we'll do it virtually, and before this all happened, before the coronavirus happened, none of us thought that, oh yeah, we'll do teaching virtually. But we did it. We found a way to do it. I found a way to do it. I learned. I learned by doing. And I think it's one of the biggest things for me is just I have to evolve, adapt, be flexible, and learn. And a lot of this is the learning process. I mean, like just now, I had a demo lesson before I recorded, and the demo lesson was I think it was good, but there was stuff that I probably could learn from because it wasn't perfect. It there was things that I missed the target on, but I learned. I mean, it's stuff that you just learn by doing in life. I don't. I try not to take it. Try to take be too hard on myself because it's just you just try to learn. I try to learn by doing, and learning by doing it and being able to do it online and teaching something new online is different for people. Like it's still a learning process. It's not something where I just show up, automatically do it, and yeah, everything's good. And I think that's where we're at, where everything's at right now. We're just working. We're just grinding right now. We're trying to do the best we can. I'm trying to do the best I can for myself and making sure that I'm doing everything that I can to help people, to bring value, and to make this time. Try to see, try to look, try to make lemon. Try, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. I'm trying to make lemonade from right now out of all this. So I think that's one of the big things is trying to. I mean, I talk this again. I try to make you try to deal with stuff that you can control. So try. I mean, right now I'm just trying to do what I can to control what I can control. All right. Um, Another thing I was thinking about today during the week was I know in New Jersey that I know some of the players who are at Rutgers football team got tested positive for the coronavirus, and they're still in quarantine. And also, if you follow baseball, the Miami Marlins, a bunch of their players and staff tested positive for coronavirus. And I think a lot of people are worried right now about this. Like, what is it going to look like when we come back? Are we going to test positive? Like, are a bunch of people going to be testing positive for coronavirus if we go into the buildings and start working again? I mean, I also in New Jersey, I heard it was like a party. Someone in Jackson, in New Jersey, where someone rented an Airbnb mansion, like a mansion. Someone rented it on Airbnb, and they had it where they had like 700 people there, like at least 700 people at one party. I was actually my doctor told me about it when I had my physical on Tuesday this week, and it was like she told me it's like, yeah, there was 700 people in Jackson party without the mask, and I'm like, wow, it was a lot of people. And I think, and then when I think about it, like, not being aware and people, and I think what it is too, and it's, young people. Like, I think young people, again, and again, we can say like, oh yeah, those super young people. I mean, I don't know about the Jackson people if they were all young, but I know, like, Rutgers players are college kids. I think the Miami Marlins are a young team, and I think for, like, I'm thinking as like teachers, we're gonna be dealing with kids and younger kids that they're gonna think that, yeah, I mean, I'll put my mask on and I'll follow the rules, but they may not be as aware of, like, how it could be, like, how it can affect other people if you don't have your mask on or if you're not being responsible. I'm not saying, I think you should, go out, get some fresh air. I'm not someone that's going to stay inside all day. I've been outside during this time, whether it's going out for walks, going to the food store. I went golfing a couple times. I went down the shore last week. So I think it's good to just be out. Make sure you're getting out, you're getting fresh air, and you're staying safe. But I think, when the upcoming school year, I think again we're gonna have to make sure our kids are gonna have their mask on during the day if we're inside during the hybrid learning, and making sure that everyone is staying safe. So I think that's what the anxiety is too, in my opinion, is that, like, how are we going to keep these kids clean, keep them safe and keeping us safe, and making sure that they're wearing a mask and making sure they're washing their hands and not spreading germs, because you're dealing with, sometimes you're dealing with, when you deal with kids, they may not, like, especially the little kids, they're not going to be as aware compared to older kids. And then sometimes older kids may just feel like I'm invincible. Sometimes you feel invincible when you're younger. Like, if I was their age and during this time, I'd be cautious, but I probably wouldn't be as worrisome. Like, I mean, as I am now. Like when I go out for a walk, I socially distance, because where I live, and there's not many people. I don't live in like a big area, so when I walk around, I make sure that if I see someone, I socially distance myself. I keep 6 feet apart, and that way. So I just think what the thing is right now, we gotta see how this all goes. I mean, again, we gotta make sure that kids are staying safe, are following the rules, that if we have to wear a mask in a building, that we're wearing a mask, and we're staying safe. I mean, the kids I've worked with in the tutoring center have been good about wearing masks and making sure that they're staying safe, and that they're working hard and being responsible as well. So I don't think that's going to be a problem, but for some it might be, because you think about it, like, some people are just going to think like, hey, we're 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 good, we're not going to get it, and then some people might think, and then some people may get it for some reason. Like I said, I don't worry about the coronavirus health wise, because I'm pretty healthy, and I also use social distancing. I wear my mask when I have to, and that's it. I mean, I try, but there might be some people that are going to be worried because they have other underlying conditions. They're worried that they're more receptive to it. So I try not to worry as much. I mean, I follow the rules. I'm cautious. But but again, but when I think about the students that are going to be coming into the year, how many of them are going to be wearing masks? How many of them are going to be following the rules? I mean, if we go in, I'm just saying if we go in, how many students are gonna like that's gonna be the question. Like how many of them are gonna like wash their hands and not put their fingers in their mouth, especially little kids, and be able to spread germs that way. Because I you just don't know. I mean, again, I've been in classrooms and I think most kids will be responsible. I think, but you just don't know. And then that's going to be a question too about if we go back, like how is that going to look like? I mean, are kids going to be washing their hands more often, or like how like how are we going to monitor that? And not just with learning, but also making sure the classroom and materials are clean before students use it because you're gonna be so that's my question. Like how is that gonna be happening? So yeah, so thank you again for listening to my podcast. I appreciate everything that everyone has done. If you want to subscribe, please do so. Give me a good rating. Give a rating whatever you want, whatever you feel is valuable to you. And if you want to contribute, and you can do so, there's a link will be in the description where you can click on and contribute whatever you like towards the podcast. Just helps me with recording and everything, and being able to bring this podcast to you weekly. So, thank you again for listening. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.